Hello and welcome to Altman Z-Score Classic iPhone, iPad and iPod Touch application. Thank you very much for taking valuable time from your busy schedule to review the functionality of this application. This application has been developed and enhanced in collaboration with Professor Edward Altman of Newark University's Leonard School of Business to make informed corporate lending decisions, manage accounts receivables more effectively, select corporate equity and debt securities, identify and manage corporate defaults or turnarounds. My name is Srivatsa Das. I am the CEO of Business Compass LLC. I have the great pleasure to walk you through the functionality of this application. Key features: analyze G, G prime and G double prime scores for public US manufacturing firms, for private US manufacturing firms, for non-manufacturing and foreign firms. Generate bond rating equivalent. Understand percentile ranking within and across the manufacturing, non-manufacturing sectors. Generate probability of default or PD over 1 to 10 years time horizon into future. Analyze trends over time. Process a data file so that when you are away from your office or in front of a client, your assistant could upload a file to our website, and this file can be downloaded and processed from the application, and the results can be shared with your client or the prospect. The application allows you to share the results through email, and the results can be printed on a AirPrint capable printer. Okay, now to the main menu. Primer. This talks about what the application does, the models, percentiles, bond rating equivalents, PDs, and the trend analysis the application offers. Meet the pioneer. Here we present the bio of Professor Altman, his life's works. Analyze. This is where we ask 3 sets of questions. Based on the answer to those questions, we drive down to a particular model, process a data file. This allows the files to be downloaded from our website. That the files need to be uploaded outside of the application onto our website, and the files can be downloaded from the application and processed. Settings allows you to create a user ID, change password, recover password, and change data privacy options. References. This is the book about corporate distress and default that Professor has authored. Help, email support, call support, related products, and about us. So now let's take a look at the primer. So this presents in detail what the application does, the models, bond rating equivalents, percentiles, and the trend analysis as well as probability of default. With the pioneer, again, this option takes the user to our website where we have the bio of Professor Altman and his life's work. Analyze. Let's dive into this in detail. So we ask you 3 sets of questions: public, private, manufacturing, non-manufacturing, US, foreign. Let's take a look at the public US manufacturing company. You click on submit. That brings you to this menu where you have input, summary, and probability of default. Let's click on inputs. So current assets, current liabilities, retained earnings, EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, sales, book value of liabilities, shares outstanding, share price, total assets, intangible assets. And here all the units are in thousands except for the stock price. Essentially they all need to be in the same units except the stock price need to be in actual numbers. And you see a little calculator button on the right. What it does, it allows you to perform arithmetic calculations or scientific calculations and get the result back to the data file like here. And then on the bottom you see four sets of button. One says add, another is clear all, and industry. For trend analysis, more than one data set can be added, say for the past 3 years, last year, 2 years prior, and 3 years prior data can be added. And then on the summary and probability tabs, so the result is arranged that way so that you could clearly see the trend over the past 3 years. If you click on the clear button, everything on the screen that you have entered, that is clear. Clear all, so the data that has been entered on the screen is clear. In addition, if more than one record has been added, that data is also clear. So if you click on the industry button, so it allows you to select a particular industry, and then you click on the input button, it comes back. Then you click on the back button here, and now let's go to the summary. So we see the Z-score, we see percentile within the industrial and commercial sector, we see the percentile across all manufacturing sectors, and then the bond rating equivalent. Now you see the button here on the top right. So if you click on that, it says to print or email. So let's try on print. So now it says select the printer. If you have a printer, you select the printer and then you can actually print. And then the next option says email. So what this does, it actually creates a PDF of the result and you can email to yourself or whoever you like to. Okay, now moving on to the probability of default. This displays probability of default in two sections. The top section is for existing bond loan issues and or all customers, and the bottom section is for new bond issues and loans. Okay. Now let us go back again and I will show you how to add more than one data set. Here we added a data set. Now we have added a second set of data here. We have entered the data. Now let's add it. So we added the second record. So now let us go back to the summary section. So the first record here is for the last year and the second record here is for the year prior. So we can compare how the scores, percentiles and bond rating equivalents have changed over the last 2 years. Similarly, when we move over to the probability tab, we also see on the first row the last year and the second row for the 2 years prior probability of default. So now let's take a look at an example of private US manufacturing firm. Here we go to the input, we enter the data earlier. It is in the electronic and transportation sector, and this is the G prime score and percentile within the industry across manufacturing, and this is the bond rating equivalent, and then probability of default. Okay, so now let's take a look at a public foreign manufacturing company, and this is in the petroleum sector. Now we see the G double prime score, percentile, bond rating equivalent, and the probability of default. Again, the first section is for existing bond loan issues and the second section is for new bond loan issues. Okay. With this, we have covered the analyze section. Now let's take a look at the process data file. We click on fetch file names, and what the application is doing, it is fetching the file names from our website, and the file names need to be uploaded to our website outside of this application. So now let's click on the first one, US public manufacturing. This is basically the same data we have entered a few minutes ago. So we look at the summary and we look at the probability of default. Similarly, let's take a look at a case where there are multiple years and we are doing a trend analysis for this. Okay, and this is what we say. Same case for probability of default. So this process data file is a very powerful option, as you could see. So the Excel spreadsheet can be saved into comma separated values, CSV files. A detailed instruction of the file format and the fields that need to be present in the file is available on our website under the upload file section, and then files can be uploaded in that format to our site, and then files can be downloaded from the application, can be processed. And this is very powerful option in the sense while you are on the road or you are meeting a prospect or a client, your back office can upload a file that you could actually download, generate the results and present the results to your client, the prospect. Settings. This allows you to add a user, change password, recover password, change data sharing options. So add a user, you enter the username. So password, say some password you could easily remember, and then you enter the password, email your so you enter the email, then we hit the submit button, then you will receive a confirmation. Change password, many times you like to change the password, so this allows you to change the password. Recover a password, if you forget the password, this allows you to recover the password. And then change data sharing options. We ask for your permission to share private firm data with us, so that way we can improve upon the percentile data, which will eventually benefit you. And if you'd like to share data with us, please click on yes, and if you'd like to turn off data sharing, you can click on no. Okay, references. This is a book on corporate financial distress and bankruptcy that Professor has authored. Help. You can play a video about the help by clicking on the help button. So email support. This allows you to send an email directly to us. If you are on a device that can make a phone call, like an iPhone device, you could actually press on call support. You would place a call to our support. Then little products and about us. So with this, I covered the application's functionality. Let me just summarize the menu option: primer, meet the pioneer, analyze, process data file, settings, references, help, email support, call support, related products, and about us. With this, I thank you very much for taking valuable time from your busy schedule to review the functionality of this application. I hope you would enjoy this application, and if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, kindly visit our website and write to us. We look forward to hearing from you.